All right, guys, so we are back, and this is podcast number 5 right here. As you guys seen in the last one, it went pretty dang crazy, dude. Eating those wings, dude.
It was super awesome, man. A great experience, man. We're going to talk about how the after effects were here in a little bit, but first off, I want to talk about how we're set up in a different spot. This is up at the Goonzquad headquarters at the house that we remodeled, and we're in the backyard here. What do we got in the background?
We just got the beautiful back, just a little backyard that we have behind this house because we got some steep hills. So this is all we got. We got those rocks that we did in the previous video. So we got that all laid out. We did that on our own, all this laying out with the rocks and stuff like that, which was pretty fun to do, but it was a big task.
That was awesome, dude. Honestly, dude, that's like one of the greatest memories was actually building that wall back there right there. But
yeah, probably the best thing out of this whole entire house build was doing that wall because it was just something so new that we've never done before, and we love doing new things, like jumping on new projects, and that was just something off the top of our heads that we were just like, dude, we got rocks, let's stack these suckers up, dude. So that was pretty cool.
That was awesome. I feel like somebody would have charged us a lot of money to do that right there.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
That's awesome for a nice little backdrop. We got some tiki torches back there. What else we got? The spiral staircase,
dude. You can't forget the spiral staircase, man. That's like whenever we set a goal on to get like something that's gonna make this house unique, we just go for it. We strive to achieve that goal because you always want to achieve your goals. You can't just set goals and not go for them. So we've seen a spiral staircase opportunity to be put up in here because the stairs that they were gonna put up here were gonna be ugly. Like they're huge bunches of on the side of the house. We're like, nah, dude, spiral staircase. Found some on what, like Facebook Marketplace,
and dude, that was the way to go. It's just so awesome. It's just so perfect. It's convenient. It's nice and spacious, or nice and compact.
And you rarely see spiral staircases unless they're like in cities and stuff. You know, there's probably tons of them. But anyways, we're not done with this. We still want to like hang some lights over here. Maybe do some more. Some more tiki torches. I don't know.
Yeah, man, the tiki torches. We want to do some lights around the perimeter of the porch here. I know a lot of you guys are actually interested in the house build project, and honestly, we ran into a few people here and there, like out in public, and most of the time, the people that are more interested in the house build are a little bit older, maybe like in their 30s or something. This was something I picked up on.
Yeah, definitely.
Something that I noticed.
But I mean, a lot of people that we met in public as well, like a lot of people that buy houses for a living, flip them, they're like, oh man, I was gonna buy that house and like fix it up, and we still get a lot of offers to this day. People are trying to buy our house
almost
like,
every day, like stuff. In the mail. I get like random text messages,
emails, and stuff like that.
How much cash? How much would you sell this house? How much would you let this house for if it was just like you and just maybe some cash money, some cashola?
Like, do we talk about what the house market is right now, or like personal? Like, if what I'd personally,
your sentimental value.
I love this house. Like, this house is amazing, but there's a love and hate relationship with this house because it's an amazing house, but the view is just that's hands down the only reason why we bought this property was the view. Like the house, honestly, it was just like what came with the property at that point. You know what I mean?
That's true.
But like living in this house is amazing. You see it, but the house is really small. You know what I mean? It's not a big house.
I mean, it's 2,000 square feet. I hear people talking about that all the time. Oh, dude, that's so perfect. 2,000 square feet. Like, oh, it's just you and your wife, 2 people living in it.
Yeah, for 2 people, it's great. You know, we got a kitchen, but the thing is, with the way our layout is just so awkward. It's kind of weird, but I'm already used to it because our kitchen is downstairs and our master bedroom is upstairs. Yeah. Some houses will have the kitchen master bedroom on one level and spare bedrooms on the second level. That way you're not running up and down and stuff like that. But it's kind of a weird layout, but we love it. But back to the question, would we sell this? Or how much would I sell this house?
How much would you sell this house for?
I don't know, man. I'd probably bottom dollar, probably like $800,000.
$800,000. Whoo! And I think it would sell for that too. You might have to put in a driveway first.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, that's like driveway. You know, like finish. I mean, there's a few things. Look, landscaping. Landscaping is key to selling any house. If you guys don't know, landscaping is #1 selling point.
Which this house needs a lot more landscaping. We got to finish off the sod.
We got to do this. We got to do something to this backyard right now. Honestly, what I would love to do is probably do sod on that, just grass all throughout that thing.
Yeah,
dude.
Some sod would be pretty sick back there. But back into the video here, we just wanted to set up in a different location because we thought this was cool. We might switch it up next time with the actual like view of the valley, the mountains over there.
Yeah, once we get like a sunset day going down, you know, like a clear skies, it looks absolutely amazing because the mountains actually turn red when the sun shines on it. It looks really cool. It's like a red little, like a reddish orange. It looks super epic. But right here, we got some tiki torches lit. the tiki torches are burning some mosquito repellent fluid in there because, you know, there's mosquitoes up here and a bunch of other bugs. But
yeah,
I mean,
there's a bunch of stuff like flying around. I think there's a tiki residue flying in the air. I see it looking
it's
like
that mosquito smoke because it gets really bad. So we're not getting bit up. I'm not getting bit. Are you?
I'm chill, man. I'm cooling right here. And also, you know, I don't know if this is a good idea to bring this on the podcast where we're going to be doing a bunch of talking. But you know what? We're unleashed here. We're going to break some rules. You know what I mean? We're going to eat some donuts.
I mean, this is after the Goonzquad channel. Like right now, this is like we just got done shooting a video for the Goonzquad channel. Now we're Goonzquad Unleashed. So we're unleashing right now. We're chilling. You know, we got some cool mugs going here that we just picked up. And you know,
it's about to get real. That's all I got to say.
It's about to get real for sure. But dude, what do you want to talk about? Let's just talk about our previous podcast with the hot ones, because a lot of comments. I'm right now in the section of the comments, and there's a lot of people that are commenting stuff, and a lot of people are wondering what's the after effects of that, dude,
goodness,
and what happened during. How did you feel about the whole experience, like eating them?
Dude,
you know,
I felt like an absolute beast. I felt like a champion. You know, I went in there to execute, and I executed, you know, throughout. I didn't take a drink until the really end, and but you know what? That was a mistake. You know, I was looking good for you, for the audience, but afterwards, man, I was in some absolute pain, man.
But for me, I mean, I was drinking lots of water. I just kept drinking water. People were like, it's a mistake. It actually makes it hotter. It was kind of hot, but like when you're at that level of hot, nothing can be hotter in your mouth at that point. You know, like the water going in was helping me out, and it actually helped me through the night. Like I slept like a baby, dude.
Did you now?
I slept like a baby, no problems whatsoever. I don't know why. Woke up the next morning and I mean, I didn't have no problems.
I didn't sleep that night, I'll tell you that right now, dude. I was running to the toilet, man.
I wasn't burning afterwards. I don't
know what it was, but it like I like spicy stuff, man. But that stuff decided to uppercut me from the inside, dude.
I'm glad. I probably, you know, that pizza that we ate a couple slices of pizza before we did the challenge, and I'm glad I ate that because I actually ate like 3 slices. That way it kind of keeps it inside my stomach, like the bread soaks up the hot sauce.
You know what I think it was possibly because, you know, I'm still kind of like a couple weeks after surgery, and they were working basically like on my stomach. You know what I mean? So, and they told me not to eat spicy foods.
We forgot about that.
But I think it was like for like a couple weeks, but it's already, they said not to eat spicy foods for like 2 weeks. It's already been like 3-4 weeks or so like that, or 3 weeks. And when I ate that, you know, it kind of, you know.
Did it hurt any back there?
No, it didn't hurt right
back
there. It didn't hurt.
It
didn't hurt in my stomach, you know. It just hurt, you know, other places.
Yeah.
But hey, that's all over. So you already basically said how your aftermath was.
The wings were spicy. I mean, those were like intense. But honestly, looking back at it, I would do it again.
I would probably do it again.
Big of a deal. It's like once it's like the spice doesn't last. It didn't last more than like 20-15 minutes in my mouth. Like after 20-15 30 minutes is completely gone. Like you don't even taste it in your mouth anymore. It's not like that spice where you like taste it in your mouth. So it's not that bad, guys, if you want to try it and stuff like that. But I mean, I pulled up some comments from that stuff, you know. I mean, it's been pretty awesome reading some of these comments and stuff like that. But dude, I mean, most of them were was pretty awesome, you know, and stuff like that, you know. First off, Will Motivation commenting. I mean, we got some awesome people commenting. Claw Boss on here commenting and stuff like that. I mean, just right off the bat, you know, there's just some epic comments on here. And I know a lot of people have been asking about our Ukrainian, you know, or if we speak that language or not. That's a very big question. And can we speak it on the podcast? You know what I mean?
Ooh.
I mean, what do you think? I mean, can you speak Ukrainian? Are you fluent in that?
Yes. That was actually the first language that we learned. Ukrainian is as little kids. That's what our parents taught us first, and we learned that, and we also learned English while we were at it. So both those languages together growing up, which is pretty dang cool because like you could talk about people behind their back a little bit. No, I'm totally kidding.
No, it's just a really, I mean, like we grew up, that was our first language, but like we're in America, so like English was like what we like spoke like at school and stuff like that, and we picked up on both languages. But right now we speak English all the time, like
English. But I to our parents we speak Ukrainian. Like say I wake up early in the morning, you know, first thing I say is good morning in English, but then like mom will tell me to do something or something in Ukrainian.
We just mix it up. Yep. So that's just how it is. We mix it up around our parents and stuff like that because they will understand both. So I mean, it just depends, but 95% of the time we're speaking English.
But be honest though, like, you know, most people think like when you know a second language, you do talk, people think, oh, they talk about somebody behind their back. Yeah. But sometimes you do. I ain't gonna lie. Like, you don't like talk like, you're not mean. It's just like you
There's
communicate.
Some stuff like we use this sometimes whenever
to our advantage, man.
To our advantage whenever we go like we go look at something before we buy it. Like if we go look at something that we were interested in before we buy it, like sometimes like you want to just say a few words to each other like about the thing. Like I'll tell them to ask a question or I'll tell them to look at something real quick without the buyer actually noticing it, because I mean without the seller like noticing, because I mean whenever we don't do that sometimes, we usually just be like, all right, we're gonna go talk it over in the truck, you know, and we'll be back, and like we talk it over. But like most of the time whenever it's like a cool seller or something, we'll just say a few words here and there, so it kind of goes to our advantage. It's not, I mean, it's useful sometimes, but you know, it just depends, you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I agree with you 100% right there. But what do you want to say? Let's go ahead.
You go ahead. I mean, the most difficult thing is whenever somebody is like, dude, you can speak Ukrainian, dude, you need to say something, dude, say something. And it's just like,
that's the word when somebody puts you on the spot.
You don't want to, you don't want to say anything. It's kind of weird. It's like whenever somebody says something to you in Ukrainian, you're like right there, you say it back. You
can just talk.
So it's kind of weird. Like, what would you say to say something in Ukrainian? You know what I mean? It's kinda,
how are you doing? How would you say that?
See, I'm kind of on the spot right now.
I'm gonna say it. Yak tebe dila. That's how are you? How are you feeling? Something along those lines.
And I gotta say one thing too. We speak Russian too.
Yeah.
So we kind of mix it up a little bit. Russian, Ukrainian, because I mean, a lot of our friends are Russian and a lot of our friends are Ukrainian. The languages are really close. I mean, you understand it, but they have like different, they just say stuff a little bit different.
A few different little words, and there's actually pretty big differences, but you know, we mix it up together. Do you want to say, come on, you got to say something now. Don't hold back. Show them what you
I don't know what to say, dude. Like, honestly, like, do you want to, like, because I'll probably mix my words up and stuff, like, because I don't really speak it much.
Act like you're asking somebody, how old are you?
Как дела? You know, is that what it, or no, that's
how are you? That's what I just said.
Oh.
Skiki тобі років.
Skiki тобі років, как дела? All that stuff, you know. Привет.
This boy forgot his language,
I'm on the spot right now. I'm like on the spot, so it's just weird speaking it to the camera. You know what I mean? It's weird speaking it to
because
you guys.
Honestly, like we're Southern boys. Like we got a little we got a little Southern draw, like a pretty big Southern draw. Because in our school, you know, we were the Jeep boys. You know, we was off roading.
Dude, I mean, we grew up in the South. We're here in the South right now. We love it out here. I mean, I considered myself kind of like a redneck a little bit. So you know, it's just who we are. We're in the South, you know. That's just, but I mean, it's awesome back here, man. The South is amazing.
I don't think I would trade it for anything, man. I love me some farms.
I love the mountains, you know, riding in the mountains and stuff like that. Going riding in the Can-Am and stuff like, and motorcycle riding, dirt bike riding, just hiking. I mean, we just do it like, especially in Chattanooga, the city that we're in. It's like an outdoor city, you know what I mean? Like everybody out here does outdoor stuff. So there's a lot of hiking going on. There's lots of just everything. There's mountains for views and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a difference though between the people that do outdoor stuff and the people that do the backwoods stuff. We do the backwoods stuff.
We do all the time.
Actually, we mix it up together. Yeah, we do it all. We enjoy the outdoors and nature. We enjoy the South. So I guess that's all we're gonna say.
Yeah.
Давай не будемо говорити більше по-українськи. Давай будемо
по-англійськи говорити більше.
Look at that. Well, I think we'll translate that to what we just said right there. But let's move on to some of the comments. Yeah, let's get to some of these comments. There were some super interesting comments in that latest video where we revealed our names, which
I mean, a lot of people just loved it. They thought it was funny, and like huge shout out to our brother-in-law for editing this video, dude. He put it like, we're like, make this as funny as possible. I mean, this is gonna be a great episode, and he killed it with some of those edits, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
that's
what do you think about those edits?
I love those edits. It almost looked like the actual show, you know, the H1n show where they were like zooming in. because that stuff was kind of like messing with your brain.
It
a
did,
little
like,
bit.
and there's one comment right here. It's like, I've never seen anyone get drunk or high on spices. You know, like we were like honestly, like whenever you get hotter and hotter, it feels it. We mentioned it too. I think I said it in the video. Like, I feel different right now. Like, I can't even like think straight. You know, for some reason, it's like kind of weird, dude.
You actually told me a story one time about a dude that was getting over some sort of drug addiction, and the way that he coped with it was eating the world's hottest pepper, right?
I think he makes one of the sauces for the hot ones, actually.
Really?
Yeah, and he actually like developed a pepper like himself. Like, he crossbred and just bred, like, what do you don't call it? What do you call it?
Cross-germinate or something?
Yeah, he just built his own, like, he kept like mixing peppers and built his own like strain of pepper. And he used to be like I think he was a drug addict or something like that. He did some serious drugs, and like he got out and he got into peppers, and he said that like helped him a lot. Like, and I can see why. Like, I'd be taking those peppers and I'd be like, whoa.
Hey, y'all want to pop a pepper?
Hey, walking around. Hey, anybody want to buy some?
Pop a pepper.
Some ghost peppers right here? Hey, you trying to get a ghost pepper high?
hey, but for real, that's some awesome stuff right there. The pepper, the story that he actually used that to cope with his his issue.
It's pretty crazy. I mean, your computer lagging a little bit. Oh, and like, I mean, there's just a bunch of stuff. I mean, people are just talking about everything on here. They're talking about how this is just one awesome episode and stuff like that. And a lot of people, I mean, what else do we got here? Let me see.
Podcasting a coyote work. You hear them crickets in the background right there? It's beautiful, man. It sounds beautiful out here, man.
I mean, a lot of people are just saying it was entertaining and stuff, interesting. It was like an episode off of the Hot Ones actual show, which we'll do. Dude, if we can go on that show, I'll do it again, dude.
Definitely.
Oh, for sure, dude. 100%. But let's just hop back to the Goonzquad channel. Enough of that Hot Ones stuff. We need to do another challenge here soon. And I mean, I'm ready. I don't know what challenges are out there. Definitely leave your guys' suggestions below. Maybe nothing too hot. Maybe some other challenges. I don't know. Like, what do you think? And you did a poll on Instagram. Let's see some of the questions that you found on there. But I kind of want to go to some of the videos. Like, I like going back to some of the videos that we're talking about and stuff like that. Like, what do you got some on here?
I got tons of questions here. So first off, we got somebody did ask, are you guys fluent in Ukrainian? If so, speak the language. We already got that knocked out of the way. What are the mods that y'all are doing to the Huracan? Should we talk on that, dude? I think we should talk on that.
I think we should talk about our what's it called? Our custom supercar Lamborghini that we're gonna do. So we did a lot of.
This will go good together with both of those.
Yeah,
builds.
with both Huracans that we got. So yeah, this is a big topic. A lot of you guys been asking. We've been keeping it quiet. We've been kind of hiding it, pushing it to the side, and there has been a lot of stuff in the works. But the custom supercar, whenever we were trying to like do like that custom supercar, we kept getting deeper and deeper inside that the actual car itself, and it actually kept getting worse and worse and worse to a point where it was not possible. Like, one of the main things is the tub that's carbon fiber. It was completely like done, like to the bottom. It was done at the top a little bit, but like where the engine burnt, it was completely done. There was no saving that. I mean, the carbon fiber was just melted, and then the actual frame in the back was melted too. So everything was just melted. It was like, literally, if we did that car, there would be no Lamborghini. It would just be everything like super new, something super different. There would be no Lamborghini in it, which that's why we didn't really go with that. So we were like trying to figure out what we're gonna do. And the engine itself, should we mention what we're doing with the engine itself?
I want to touch on that Lamborghini as well a little bit before we get to what we did with the engine. But as far as that build, it was going to be way more than we could be able to handle on our own, because you got to have a whole entire team on that to do that type of build. You have to have like engineers, all that stuff. You know what I mean?
To do a legit legit your own little like custom supercar. I mean, there's people out there that have been building custom supercars for years, you know, trying to build one supercar, you know what I mean? Like, it's been pretty crazy. So like that was just too much to hop into at that
for a two-man crew. I think that was just too much, because I mean, like, as soon as we got to that engine, we noticed like that just sitting there, the engine alone is gonna need like probably about like I don't know, a couple days of work.
Dude, couple weeks
of work just on the engine alone, and then you got to engineer like your own body panels. You got to build stuff like that.
Yeah, it's like if it was the tub and the frame was good, something would have been possible, but none of that was good. So
and the electronics,
and the electronics were gone. And honestly, we got all the parts for it for our Huracan right there. But we did something epic with the engine. We did something super epic with the V10 engine. It was burnt, but the block was good in that thing.
The block was good. It was still valuable. That whole entire engine, give or take, burnt condition was roughly worth about $45,000 somewhere around there.
Yeah, a block to a Lamborghini Huracan is around like $40,000 right there. So we did something pretty epic. I don't know if we should mention it, but we got something coming. We got something big coming, right? Or what do you say?
I say we go ahead and mention it, dude.
I mean, go ahead. I guess you can do the honors, dude.
So this was actually not our idea. This was actually Sheepy Race's idea. We connected with them, and they actually decided. This was the reason why we scrapped the whole idea, because they connected with us. Or would you be? Go ahead.
Well, first off, we got our Huracan done, and they do twin turbo kits for Huracans, and we wanted to twin turbo that Huracan, and they reached out to us and like, yo, let's turbo the Huracan. I'm like, dude, I am down. Let's send this thing off. Let's get this thing twin turboed and stuff like that. It's gonna be absolutely epic. And then we were stuck with this V10 engine that we have, and we're like, yo guys, I mean, we want to do we'd rather jump and twin turbo the Huracan instead of mess with this, you know, trying to do something with this engine.
This absolute nightmare headache of a supercar
because
build.
we're not like into like this engine stuff. Like they're big into like building engines for Huracans and stuff like that. We're like, yo, let's both help each other out. I mean, let's work on something. I'm like, well, we got this V10 engine block that's really good. I'm sure y'all can use it on something to build.
Honestly, we didn't think it was really good. They're the ones that brought it up. They were like, this, we could actually work with that. Do you guys want to just do a
just send it over. So
they wanted to do a straight up trade the engine for a twin turbo kit, which was almost of equal value. I believe it was equal value. So we came to an agreement like that, and we just wrapped that sucker up in saran wrap, put it on a pallet, strapped it up, said adios, gave it 2 love taps, and sent that their way.
Sent it their way. And honestly, I mean, that wasn't like a full-on everything for just the engine. You know, the twin turbo kits are really pricey for those Huracans. We still had to buy like the Motec system and stuff like that. You know, a bunch of other little things that you need for that whole entire setup to run and stuff like that, that stuff is still really pricey. But you know what, we just went ahead and purchased that because who doesn't like a twin turbo Huracan? And I mean, that's it right there, man. So
that's the summary of that right there. Why we scrapped the custom supercar build, because it was just going to be way too much headache, way too much like, I feel like people would start losing interest in that type of build because it's so long.
Yeah, if it would be too long to even like, there's just some stuff that you just realize and you're like, this is not worth it, you know, at that point. You know, you try to go for it, but then you just like figure out that you want to always have a game plan. Like we like set down like, how are we going to do this, what's going to happen next, this and this, and then we're like, yo, this and that's gonna have to be done like that. This, you know, it wouldn't go in our favor.
Yeah,
honestly.
Sometimes you just gotta admit something is out of your realm, out of your expertise. And like, I know we like to push the limits sometimes, but that was one of those things
that you'd have to have like machine stuff. You know, you'd have to have machining. You have to have machining done. You have to have some special like tube bender, all types of like custom fab work. So it's like all custom fab work, which we don't have none of that fabrication stuff in our grasp right now.
Yeah, that was about a year. That was about a year ago. So we're a little bit more advanced, if you will, now. But still, I think even if we try to do it today, it would take so much time. It'd probably take about 4 or 5 months to do that build, and we like to typically keep the builds a month long, something like that. So
yeah, just depending on how bad it is. If it's longer than a month, it means it's a pretty bad accident. But we love those. We love the crazy ones. You know what I mean?
But I think a month and a half, 2 months is the max where like people are still entertained,
interested in the build and stuff. If you start going like a year on a build, it kind of gets annoying at that point. You know, it's not only the viewers but yourself. You know, if we work on something too long, it kind of like gets old. You know what I mean? At that point, so. The twin turbo kit, going back on down the Huracan, why we haven't done it yet? What is your take on that? Why haven't we did the twin turbo kit on the Lambo, dude?
The reason why is because honestly we've been holding back. You know, I've been back and forth just like messaging Alex from Sheepy Race, and like honestly, you just haven't decided like a set date with him just yet. But recently I did message him. I was like, yo, we're ready to ship the car off. And he was like,
ship it off.
Yeah, he was like, let's make it happen. So, and then, you know, we get busy once again. So it like nothing hasn't happened just yet. But you know what? I think they're ready for us. It's just a matter of
if we're ready for them.
We're ready.
We're always ready. But the thing is, whenever we're doing that Lambo build, right after that, we jumped on another build. And it just, whenever we produce 3 videos a week, it's a lot of work. You know, it's a lot of work, especially for the videos being 20 minutes and doing car stuff. Like working on cars is not like, you can't just do one thing and it's like done. You have to spend your time, especially body work. You're spending your time on stuff and it's like, man, I need to be done so we can move on. So like nobody wants to watch a 20-minute video of just sanding one door. You want to sand the whole car at that point, you know what I mean?
Exactly. So that's a little summary on that supercar build.
Let us come in here really soon. We're definitely gonna twin turbo or Huracan. It's gonna be absolutely epic, dude. So I mean, who knows what will happen after that, dude?
Yeah, exactly. So that's just the thing on the custom supercar too. We basically scrapped it. We still got the frame and stuff in the back.
Yeah, we still got tons of parts for it. We even have parts if we ever get another one smacked in the front. We got a frame rails for the front and all that good stuff that we can possibly fix another Huracan. So I mean, we did look at some Evos and stuff like that, which are pretty epic, but I mean, if it's a Huracan, it's a Huracan. You know, at the end of the day, they're all the same, basically.
Yeah, that's true. Evo would be super sick. So I'm just going through these questions right here. What are your dreams in life? That's a more deeper question right there.
Dude, dreams. Dude, that's crazy, dude. I do have some pretty epic dreams.
You go first. You go first.
Oh, I mean,
my dream first. Let me actually just cut you off right there. My dream is to eat a donut right now. Is that all right, guys?
Go ahead and eat a donut. But my dream in life, I mean, there's tons of dreams, but one of my dreams in life is to be like, is to get to a point where, get to a point where you're not having to work really hard to achieve something. Like you don't have to like work. Like right now we are busting our butt just to get to, because you don't want to work your whole life, you know what I mean? There's a point where you want to like settle down a little bit, you want to relax. I mean, we're young right now, we're pushing through. I mean, we're fighting. I feel like I can do this all my life is to do this stuff right here. But you know, financially stable is one big old big thing right now, dude. And my goal is to have a couple apartments, maybe like rented out and stuff like that, couple rental units, maybe have another couple other businesses going and stuff like that. And then I mean, still do the YouTube, you know what I mean? It'd be pretty epic, you know. That way you can be financially stable and stuff like that, because everybody wants to be financially stable. That's basically the American dream, you know what I mean?
My dream is to have 2 dozen donuts instead of 1 dozen. No, I'm just kidding. But my dream is, honestly, my dream is to have, like you said, have some sort of income coming in where you actually don't have to show up. Like imagine this, like it's Monday and you call in, or you don't call in.
You don't even have to call. Imagine having a business going that you don't have to worry about. You know, you got people running it and stuff like that, and you're just doing like the behind the scenes stuff. You know, the paperwork stuff. You know what I mean? That's like a big thing with like, that's how all these people actually do it. You know what I mean? These Grant Cardone people and stuff like that.
That's some deep stuff. But honestly, like I do a bunch of research on like successful people. And I like study them, because like to be successful, you got to learn what the successful people do. So I always watch what they do. And honestly, sometimes I hear the successful people saying like
some crazy stuff.
They say some crazy stuff. They say like, if you really want to be happy, don't strive for massive success.
Yeah.
So because like you get into this mode, in this groove where you're like, you always want more and more and more and more. It's never enough.
Yeah, it's crazy. But honestly, like, what was the question again? What was our dream in life?
What are your dreams?
What is my dream in life? We are living the dream right now. We are living the dream, dude. We have an amazing fan base right here. I mean, this is just awesome, dude. We're doing YouTube for a living. It is amazing doing what we love. And, I mean, just doing everything that we possibly can that's, like, that brings our YouTube channel to the next level.
That is so true right there. Honestly, dude, sometimes
like we're good right now. Like I don't care. I don't care about anything else. Like this is our dream. Like to be dead serious. You know, like you mentioned before. Don't strive to be like super like trying to chase after money. You know.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
I mean?
Yeah. So I agree with you. Sometimes we're caught up in the moment. and you know, you get a little bit mad or something because something doesn't go your way, but you're literally living the dream right now.
Yeah.
Like, look at what we're doing.
You just got to sit back and just be be thankful and be blessed that
it's tough to do though.
Yeah.
It's really tough to do, especially like when you're always like, you know, especially with social media, because you look at like some other YouTuber, you're like, wow, look at what he's doing, man.
Yeah, and it's awesome, dude. I love seeing other people strive for a better stuff, you know, and we're over there. That's what motivates us, you know. You see people pushing the limits. We're trying to push our limits. We try to push the limits every day, all the time. Every build that we get, we try to push the limits. But you know, it's just different, honestly. Whenever you're in the YouTube game, it's just different. Like if like say you don't do YouTube, but like whenever you're working, like you say you're starting your own business, it's gonna be a lot different, you know. Because with YouTube, the main thing about YouTube, and every YouTuber is thinking about this. If you run a full-time YouTube channel, your main component, your main thing that you're always trying to correct, trying to fight, and trying to like be on top of is time. Time is the most biggest thing is time. So time is huge in the YouTube thing because I mean, YouTube videos is time. You know, you get 20 minutes on a video, which sometimes it takes us 2 days to get a 20-minute video. So time is very big. Sometimes you sit down and chill out because it's super hot for like 5 minutes. Like, oh, dude, we got to get back on it because time, you know.
Yep.
So time is the biggest thing. When's time traveling going to happen?
Hey, man, hopefully soon. But yeah, back to answer the question, what is our dream? Our dream is to have that freedom.
Yeah.
I think that's what everybody's dream should be, because like you could have money, you know.
You can have money, you can have a successful business. But if you're not like happy and you're not free in that situation.
But the clock is ticking.
The clock is ticking.
Man.
You gotta, honestly, if you don't love what you're doing right now, like I don't want to be like a motivational speaker. You just don't do it, honestly, because we used to do a bunch of stuff that we did not like doing, like a bunch of other work like before YouTube, and we just kept quitting. Like we kept going for different, and I'm actually glad that we did that, you know what I mean?
We didn't keep quitting, we kept persevering.
Like whenever we were doing a job and it was not going anywhere, we'd drop it and go on to better. Like we would always try to progress. We tried multiple little small businesses and stuff like that. It's honestly, it's a good thing to keep striving for better, you know?
Definitely.
You can be having a little office job. If you're happy, dude, you got it made, dude.
Yeah, that's the most important thing is happiness, because I will be the first one to say, like, you know, we may have a little bit of money here and there from the YouTube thing, but it doesn't always make you like super happy. Where I find my most joy is when we're spending time with family, when I'm with my friends, you know what I mean? When I'm out on the lake, on the boat.
That's what people think. Like people look at this and they're like they got like, look at all those cars, you know, they're making money off of YouTube and stuff like that. I mean the cars are cool and all, like we love cars, but the most, like you mentioned, the happiest moments is like off of camera, like whenever, or I mean on camera, don't get me wrong, I mean we have some pretty epic
when you
builds.
Crack open some new parts, dude, that's some different level
joy. Or whenever you get your brand new build, dude, that is absolutely insane. But going back to the happiest moments is when you're with family, spending time, making memories, like with the loved ones, you know what I mean?
Especially the nieces, and more importantly, the nephew. The new nephew that we got.
It's our first nephew. We love spending time with him. He's going to be here in a couple of weeks or a week or so. I mean, we just love spending time with family whenever we get the chance. You know, we don't have much time, so every moment we have, we cherish it as much as possible. Definitely.
Yeah, so that's the dream right there, is to have just the ultimate freedom to be able to spend with family, and also have a little bit of that cash flow, because you can't really live without money, to be honest with you. You know what I mean?
Right now, some people do with the people sending checks now, the government sending checks to people, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's hard whenever it's like that. But honestly, yeah, like money can't buy happiness, but it can help you out. But you need it to live. You know what I mean?
If you think money can't buy happiness, you don't know where to shop. I just seen one of those quotes. I don't 100% agree with that. If
you think money can't buy happiness, you haven't bought a boat.
Hey, that's right, man. A boat, man. even that $2,000 boat that we purchased. Dude.
Honestly, the funnest boat ever, right there,
dude. That's probably my greatest boat memory when we plopped that sucker down the river when it was foggy.
Dude, that was the scariest and most coolest experience ever. I've never had that in my life. We're literally on a little aluminum bottom boat, or a whole aluminum boat with a little engine strapped to the back, and we couldn't see anything. So man, it was like a movie scene in that point. But do you want to move on to one of our builds on here, or do you want to do another question?
I got another question over here. Could you rebuild a wrecked motorcycle? And I believe, do I have a video on there of where I
You did a before and after.
Pull it up though. So I actually bought a wrecked CBR 1000. That was my bike, and you had a Gixxer 600. There's actually a video of you doing like a burnout or something.
Really?
Excuse me there. Donuts are starting to kick in there. Yeah, let's go ahead and
just the burnout video.
Yeah, let's check out your video. Let's check out that video right quick.
So I mean, we had quite a bit of what's it called? Oh, hold on. Let me get this. Here you go. You ready? Let's watch it.
Widescreen it? Turn it up all the way.
It's up all the way.
Wow, dude, that was epic, man. I honestly remember I was afraid to do that, a little burnout like that.
I got a brand new tire coming in the mail, so I did that. But going back to motorcycles, we did quite a bit of motorcycles before the YouTube channel, like, because we were in motorcycles, dirt bikes, four-wheelers and stuff like that. That motorcycle right there is one that I purchased off of Copart right there, off of a Copart auction. And it was, which one was this? This one was completely, it had a hole in the engine. This thing had an extended swing arm. It was like extended like 6 foot, and the chain actually popped off on the previous owner and busted the engine open. So
I remember that.
It was like that on the auction. I picked it up, bought a stock OEM swing arm on the thing, threw it on it, and I actually found a Gixxer 600 engine on eBay in Atlanta, like 2 hours away from us, and I messaged him. I was like, can I come pick it up? And I think he wanted like $600 for it, which was a really good deal. But you know nothing about it. You can't start it, it's just the engine. And dude, that was the craziest story ever, dude.
I remember some sort of sketchy situation. I think you went by yourself, or did we go together?
We went together, dude.
And we met in like Atlanta City.
In the middle of the city, like big skyscrapers. We parked in front of a Jimmy John's or something like that. And he's working there. Like the guy that I'm buying, and I'm like, I'm here. I opened the trunk of our, what was it, the car or whatever that we drove. And he's like, all right, I'll bring it out.
He comes out all dressed up nice and fancy, you know.
And then he pulls up in his car and he opens up his trunk, and he has a Gixxer engine, and we just pick it up, load it in the back of our car. I pay the man, and we just drive home. The weirdest thing ever, the craziest. I've never been in the middle of a city buying a Gixxer motor. I mean, that's it. I mean, the VIN number was on there. I mean, it wasn't a stolen motor. Apparently, this guy does he parts out motorcycles on the side and does. He had bunches of them. I was like, give me the best motor you got, honestly.
Yeah, so that was awesome right there. But I don't know why this popped into my head. Remember we were selling a dirt bike or something, and like some sketchy people pulled up, and I think they were planning on stealing this because like. I think it was like a F450 or something, CRF 450 dirt bike we were selling.
Yep.
And he was like, yeah, man. He was like, looked at it, everything, tested it out. He's like, let's load it up.
Yeah.
And we loaded it up, but no exchange happened with the cash or the titles or anything.
And that's when our Ukrainian comes in handy at that point. I was talking to a dude. It was a blown CRF 450. The engine blew out on it. He was gonna rebuild it. It was a super cheap price. I was selling it for like, I don't know, like $1,500 or something like that. It was like a nice dirt bike, but he was loading it up, and he was like, they were acting sketchy, not talking. Like, I didn't want to load it up at first, but he's like, I'll take it. It was kind of, I was like, all right, whatever.
Load it up.
You know, load it up, strapping it up.
And then he like got into his car or
he
something
got into the car, whatever, like had the door open. But I was like, this is a quick move. And he was facing, he wasn't turned around. He backed up. He was facing towards the road, ready to go. And that's when our Ukrainian comes in handy. That's why it's good to learn and to know another language. I was like, I told him, I said, "Bje запаркувай трака впереди его машину." Like, I just told him to park Dad's Ford Ranger in front of the driveway.
What you said is go ahead, start it up, and be sitting in there getting
ready.
Because I was gonna chase this dude.
Like, they were about to take you. I was like, all right. And they seen that you got in the truck and you started up, and they sat there. And then dude was like, got some backpack, like reaching in the backpack. I'm like, oh shoot, what's going on? He finally pulls out the cash. I count it real quick. I'm like, all right, that's it, you know?
I mean, like, what would you do in that situation? I think we did the right thing. I know, like, you're really not supposed to judge somebody, but like in that situation, like
we felt something. It was really wrong. We've sold plenty of stuff in our life, but that was a really, like, I knew something was gonna happen. Like, at that point, honestly, it happens all the time around here. You know, I mean, you hear it all the time. People go, "Hey, let me test drive your dirt bike." Gone. I've test drove tons of dirt bikes going down streets and stuff, and like, some people, whenever you know a person, you know that they're gonna bring it back. But sometimes you get a bad vibe and you say, you know what, I don't want to do no test drives. You know, it just all depends on preference, you know.
Exactly. But yeah, that was one of those situations where like we were ready to pounce and like, you know, just like instinct kicked in there. But let's go to the CBR video where we rebuilt that CBR. We got a CBR that was pretty smashed right there.
Right here, yeah.
Yes, sir. Let's see. I remember filming something like...
Feels weird. Picking it up. The legacy of...
What's up, Goonzquad? Let me drop down right quick. What we have behind me is a 2010 CBR 1000. It does have a rebuilt title, but I'm pretty much getting ready to sell this sucker. I already got the title in.
What was that? What was that, dude? What did I just see? What did I just witness?
Is that Thomas or what is that, dude?
I started my YouTube channel not too long ago.
Oh my goodness, bro.
I didn't document this one. I should have done it, but I just started my YouTube channel not too long ago, so didn't have the chance to do that. But let me tell you, look.
Let's go.
Rebuilt title, but I'm pretty much getting ready to sell this.
Bro, is that Thomas?
That's not Thomas. That's just a Google image I found, but that's pretty funny. I gotta say, I was slick back then, man. I didn't know I was that slick. The hair was all off point, but the funny, the humor was on point.
And that cat looks like Thomas a little bit, like, definitely.
It does, and that's crazy because we didn't even have Thomas back then, I believe. So,
dang, that's weird.
You know, we spoke it into we visualized it into existence.
That's crazy. But let's go ahead and watch this video.
I didn't document this one. I should have done it, but I just started my YouTube channel not too long ago, so didn't have the chance to do that. But let me tell you a little bit about the bike. So this bike was it was totaled out pretty much. It had a salvage title, so what we had to do was rebuild it. So all the parts that were replaced, let me run you through that right quick. Subframe was replaced. The front rim was bent. All new fairings, so the fairings were jacked up. New sliders. We got engine case sliders.
Dang, that's a bad bike, man.
New front stay holder right there for the tachometer. So pretty much with auction fees and all, we purchased this bike for $2 grand, and I had it fixed for around. So I got this fairing kit for $400, and then all this other stuff like the subframe, headlight, mirrors here. It was roughly around an extra $300. So I'd say I got it fixed for $700 plus $200 on the taxes that I had to pay for the bike. So that's around $3 grand. So I had fun with it. I rode it all summer. But the bike does only have 10,900 miles on it. Put a couple red accents here and there, like that right there. I don't know why it's collecting.
What? Dude, $3,000 for that thing?
Well, it has 10,000 miles. That's a lot of miles for a street bike, but what would you buy it for, $2,000? That is super cheap, but that bike looked, dude, it was unrecognizable. It looked like somebody rear-ended that bike.
I think I got some pictures on here. Actually, I think if you want to just like scroll through it, try to find it where I have some before and after.
I was going to see if you like, you rev this thing up, dude. But oh yeah, right here. Like, go ahead. Let me hear.
Look at them boots. I told you I was Southern. Dude.
That's sick.
That's sick. Might have to get another one, man. Maybe like a H2R supercharged bike. Those are rare, though.
Definitely. Hold on.
Let's get some revs in, bro.
I don't think you have any pictures.
Alright, so that's pretty much it about the bike. I mean, I'm getting ready to sell it. I got to post it up on Craigslist.
And that bike sold pretty quick. Yeah.
Like that, man.
But dude, like, speaking about bikes, I mean, I had... Did I have 3 GSXRs?
I think so. You had like 3 different bikes, or maybe 2.
I fell in love with GSXR's 600. So the Suzuki bike, I don't know why, I just fell in love with that bike because it was just really easy to ride it on the back wheel. So
yeah, you could really. I wonder if we got a video of that. Try to scroll through a video. But I used to wheelie here and there, but I was afraid because it's 1,000 insane power, like that type of power where you're feeling the wind blow past you and you're just like. On that such a small vehicle with so much horsepower, I guess, and you're moving so fast, it's just unreal. It's unlike any vehicle.
Yeah, like I wheelied the 600 super easily, and then I jump on your bike to go test it. I'm like, dude, the 1000, but it'll stand up, but it's just like too much power at the beginning. It's like what? It just like shoots up sometimes, like, and it was like really difficult. But yeah, I mean, I've been through a few bikes, but I don't know if we'll do another bike. Would you ever do another bike?
Honestly, I don't.
I'd like to do one of those Harley Davidson like cruiser bikes.
I'd like to do one of those 3-wheelers. You know, the spiders that are like super sick.
What about those Vanderbilt or whatever, like motorcycle type cars where they have the front wheel, 2 front wheels, and 1 wheel in the back? Dude, those are pretty. But that's not considered a motorcycle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, the wheelie video. I don't think we posted that on here. Did we ever post a wheelie video on this?
I don't think so. But let me. You want to move on to the next question, and it'll point us to another video.
Go ahead. Next question.
So somebody asked, have you considered of doing a twin turbo kit on the Viper, man?
Oh, dude, that would be epic.
Remember we seen one on the auction with the twin turbo kit?
There was actually a blue Viper that was on the auction that was twin turboed, but it said flooded, so it was kind of really sketchy at that point. And I believe it was the Viper that was in one of the Fast and Furious movies. Whenever it was in the garage stacked up with a bunch of cars, it was at the top of the Fast and Furious movie, which was pretty epic. But that car went for way too much, and it was like undercarriage damage. So who knows? It could have had a bad engine in it. Could have like smacked something underneath it and like ran into some water, so we didn't really want to focus on that car too much. You
want to pull up the very first Viper video of like when we first got it? I think that was pretty insane. That was like our very first like super epic track car.
That was our first
V10.
Epic like crazy like collectible car type deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there was only 93 of those, so that was super epic right there. And we repaired it. That one was pretty tough, though.
All right, guys. So
first off, the Viper was probably one of the toughest builds to date.
Definitely.
One of the toughest builds. It's a great, amazing car, but sometimes I realize why they stopped making that car. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I think SRT is like a separate entity, and I don't know if they went bankrupt or something happened. They just quit making Vipers, which made them super rare and super valuable, but yet I can understand why, because the build quality on that car was kind of just like
not that great, dude.
Below par, you know what I mean?
Like some of the stuff, like some of the framing on that car is like so like, oh my goodness, like I can't believe they built the car like this. It was kind of built a little bit cheaply, you know what I mean?
Definitely.
So it was one of the most difficult cars to work on because like aligning body panels was so hard, just the way the frame was and stuff like that. They just kind of, I don't know, it was a one weird designed car and stuff like that. With you're basically sitting at the rear end of the car, which the car is an absolute just
the nose is super long on that thing,
which like, just makes the Viper look killer, dude. You know what I mean?
But honestly, we're talking a little bit harshly about this build talking about some negative sides of it, but yet we're keeping this build because of how rare it is, you know. I actually heard like Street Speed 717, he's been looking for
I think he just got one.
I don't know.
One.
I think I seen him post something where the deal fell through.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I think he was trying to get an ACR, which those are insane too, but not as rare as the TA edition, I don't think.
Dude, I don't know nothing about them, but I just know Vipers are really hard to get, and their prices are pretty high right now, and they just get rarer by the day. You know, so the longer they go without making a newer Viper, the more expensive they're going to get.
It's an appreciating asset. So we're going to watch probably the very first video of us getting it, and then like the last video of us test driving it.
Yeah, so right now, I'm just going to skip to where we're picking it up at the auction because we just finished off the Z01 and stuff like that. So let's just go ahead and start at the auction video.
Ooh. Copyright.
Right, boys. Got that Viper. Guys, this thing is a freaking beast, man. Look at this. It's all dusty. This is crazy. Carbon fiber hood. Look at this fiberglass. It's like cracked, but it may be repairable, or we may just get a new piece.
We'll see, man. This thing is a beast.
Dude, I cannot believe it. This is the Track Attack. There's only 93 of these. What number is this? 31? I don't remember, but the interior is sick. We'll show you guys that once we get back to the house. But look at that, man. A freaking Viper. This is going to add to our collection, dude. It's going to be perfect. All American muscle.
And do you remember when we had all the like American we literally were trying to collect all the American muscle cars, like the legit ones, like the newer ones, like the Z01 Camaro, the
Hellcat.
Mustang 5.0, the Hellcat, and the Corvette Z06, like the best of the best, and then the Viper TA, which was just the top of the list. Absolute insane. This was like a very like big moment for us because this was a car, whenever I was younger, I would always rare to see, and I'll always see when I'll be like, that is just such an amazing car, you know what I mean?
It is so beautiful, man. And that's the last generation of Viper right there. I don't think they're gonna make any more. I know I've seen renderings of them looking like it has a rear engine, but I highly doubt that. I know,
especially with the stuff going all electric.
Yeah,
maybe they'll make an all electric Viper. It won't look nothing like a Viper, and they'll name it Viper.
Yeah, I remember seeing like the older generation before this, and it looked good. But once this came out, oh my goodness, it was just perfect, man.
Dude, the perfect looking car. This thing was just an absolute beast. That picking it up for the first day with the racing stickers on it and stuff was just so like. It was just an insane moment at that, like a happy moment right there. You know, big achievements, worked super hard to get something like that, and that was an awesome one. But you want to go to one of the last videos, right?
Yeah, where we test drove that thing. Is there any of the thumbnails?
First test drive, dude, crazy fast, and that thing,
oh my goodness,
is crazy
even
fast.
to this day.
The channel.
Dude, this car is an absolute beast, dude. Like, I want to go to a part where we just go ripping in this thing because that's like the main thing, dude, of this car, dude, is how hard it rips, dude.
How scary it is, man.
Yeah, sound, dude.
Man, this thing is loud on the inside, dude. Super loud, dude. I don't know if they'll even be able to hear us when we're driving, but we'll see. We'll see how it drives. Hopefully it drives pretty good. I don't expect it to drive perfect because we did remove that suspension in the rear and in the front. So we're going to test it, go real slow down the road and see what it does. Yes, sir. Hopefully we don't run out of...
My boy's face looks skinny right there. I honestly, I've done gained a little bit of weight in my face and stuff. Maybe it's the races. They kind of make my face look a little bit bigger. But, dude, the suspension was just right here was kind of weird because, you know, it was super hard to find that TA suspension. That was the biggest thing of that whole entire build was the suspension.
And also how we were just not educated or unexperienced in finding parts. Nowadays, dude, I think we can almost find any part ever. Like, we'll source it from other countries. But back then,
a lot of fans will actually reach out to us. We get emails, and that's the big thing is emails and stuff like that we get from Instagram and email.
Emails, comments, and Instagram DMs, all that stuff, man. Now, like, going back, I wish we would have approached that a little bit differently. We probably would have bought all those parts from an online Mopar store that carried nearly everything. We just kind of bought eBay stuff, which that stuff was still expensive, whether it was from that website or from eBay.
Yeah, Viper parts in general, or especially the Gen 5 Viper parts. Is this a Gen 5,
That's
right?
a Gen 5, yep.
Well, super difficult to find, but you know what? We were able to locate everything in a good, like, steady, because I think we were, like, working on the Camaro at the same time we were working on the Viper because we were waiting for parts. But let's go ahead and see this test drive.
That's because we are running low. Yeah, if it drives good, we're going to drive to the gas station. If it doesn't, we're going to have to turn around. But let's see what it does, dude. I think it's pretty warm, so let's hit the road.
Like, I was scared already, and I was going slow. You see my face? I was scared.
It's all over the road. Is it really? Yeah, the steering wheel. I can feel that rear end wanting to fishtail a little bit that way, but it's not like crazy. Yeah, the traction control light kicking on. Feel me? The alignment is so bad, probably. Yeah, usually when the alignment is really bad, the traction control light will kick on. So we're taking it really slow right now because the traction control light is actually kicking on because it's trying to kick out that rear end a little bit. It's nothing too crazy, but this happened to me before on other cars. When the alignment is really bad, it's going to cut that traction control light on. And we're just right now just creeping to the gas station as slow as possible. And hopefully we make it there with no problem. Yeah, I know. Hopefully we don't run out of gas because it is completely low.
No airbag in that thing.
Man, I wonder what this is going to sound like in video. All that rumbling and mumbling. It's loud, dude. It's so loud. It's insane. Let me open the window. Oh, man. Good thing we came with 2 starters here. 2 battery starters.
Ooh.
Man, this thing is a
Oh, we rip it
race
after
car.
the alignment.
I think it may have like a special clutch in it. I'm sure it does. This thing's just like... Green here at Good To Go Tires. The alignment is 100%. Now we can go rip up the streets because now it's going to drive as straight as possible. And now we can do some burnouts, dude. I'm excited. Let's go test this thing out, dude. Let's go. How's it driving? Driving 100 times better. Now the traction control light and everything is off, dude. So we're good to go, dude. This is awesome. It feels a lot better now. Like, honestly, everything feels a lot nicer. It drives smooth, ain't it? It drives way smoother. Woo! Man, that is the
craziest car ever, dude.
That is, man. That was super wild right there. I mean, even to this day, you hop in that thing, as soon as it starts up, it's rumbling, and as soon as you're like letting off the clutch and giving it the gas, you're already getting that adrenaline rush.
Yeah, and we got to finish that car like 100. It's like 95%. We need it 100%. We got that one wheel that we got to paint because the wheels were super hard to find, or we can possibly try to get some custom wheels for that thing, which would look absolutely epic.
That would look
And we need to change that windshield out, which we may do in one of the episodes, you know, maybe one of the Camaro build episodes or something like that. Just swap that, just get that thing dialed in a little bit better. That way we can do some more ripping on it, because we don't drive it ever, dude.
Never. I mean, we're just trying to preserve the mileage, honestly, right now, but we're not preserving the actual paint job of it because it's kind of sitting outside. But I think
it's pretty good though. It's not, it's buffable. Like if you wanted to like do a TLC on the paint job, you can make it spot on. But once we get like our big shop going, or once we get a shop over here, we're gonna store these things pristine, like in a bubble.
Wow, dude, I was watching that video and I seen the GTR in the background. We had some epic stuff. It kind of sucks that that's why I know I seen another question over here is like, why don't you guys sell stuff and just have that extra money, and it's because like we're gonna miss it. We know we're gonna miss that stuff.
Like
know?
the GTR, dude. I kind of like sad that we sold it, but you know it's a good thing that we did sell it. But dude, the GTR was such a like epic car, dude. It's a good driver's car. Like a lot of people that drive the GTR because it's all-wheel drive, the turbo, especially the one that we had. Dude, that thing was just an epic car. Dude, what if we get one of the newer GTRs?
Hey,
dude?
I wouldn't mind.
Like if we find one that's smashed pretty good, we'd cop one or something.
Yeah,
like that.
honestly, that would be one of those another sick build, but I think we got our eye on a few other things, man, as of right now.
Dude, some epic stuff coming to the channel for sure, dude.
Drop your suggestions down below on what build you guys think we should get next. I mean, something epic. It's got to be something high horsepower, preferably around the 700 horsepower.
It don't even
range.
have to be high horsepower. It just has to be something super epic because, I mean, we're just looking for everything or anything that's going to be super epic. Something that you guys would like. Don't have, like, sometimes some builds, I'm like, I probably don't want that build, but I believe some people really like that build, so we'll do it for you guys. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So it just all depends.
The time.
Yeah.
All the time, man. We always do stuff for you guys. That's the most important thing, is to produce some content for you guys. And honestly, there's not enough time in the day to just give you guys everything that you want because, I mean, it's just impossible.
It's just impossible. So that's why we started this Goonzquad Unleashed channel, to sit back and talk to you guys about our channel, our builds, the future, the past, the present. I mean, everything. You know what's going on.
And
dude.
Right now, you know, the crickets are getting really loud. You know, they're wanting us to go to bed, and that's exactly probably what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to bed. That way, we can wake up tomorrow in the morning and just attack the day.
And we got a video coming out for you guys tomorrow as well. Yes. Or wait, this is kind of weird.
Tomorrow.
This video,
wow, yeah,
we got a Goonzquad. So the way this timeline works, we got a video coming out for you guys.
Don't worry,
so don't worry about it. There's always a video. So I guess that's gonna be it for podcast number 5 right there.
Number 5 out on the new Goonzquad headquarters, where it's just beautiful. We got the tiki torches. I don't know how it looks like from behind the camera there.
Super peaceful, quiet right now, dude. You just hear the bugs, the crickets, fresh air. You don't hear nobody driving around. Might be like a deer that jumps out and starts flying or something.
But that's pretty much it, guys. I think we're gonna catch you guys next Friday.
Friday, hopefully, fingers crossed, and peace out.
Peace out.